Have you ever wondered why business partnerships fail and what you can do to save yours? Hi, my name is ABIOLA. I am a business and executive life coach. I work with savvy business owners who want to grow and scale their business. So let me tell you a story. I met Tade at one of our business workshops recently. He had been in business for almost 10 years now and was looking to scale his business and gain more independence. When I asked him about his business, his eyes lit up with excitement as he was, talking about his product line, his team, and the growth potentials that he had laid out before him. He was eager to keep the momentum going. We chatted for a while, and some other business owners in various stages of growth also joined us in the conversation. And that's when things got interesting. One of them shared that he was dealing with a business partner issue in his business. He was essentially paying salary to his partner every month, despite the fact that the partner refused to ever come to the office or participate in the business. As the other man was talking, Tade grew very quiet, and a look of concern actually fell across his face. So when it came time for Tade to introduce himself, his entire composure had changed. His enthusiasm suddenly turned to remorse as he shared his biggest struggle. And guess what? His brother. For the past 9 years, Tade had been paying his brother every month, just like clockwork. While he had poured his heart and soul into growing the business and creating something that would give his family financial security long after he's gone, he worried about the future and what this partnership will mean for the business. Unfortunately, after over a decade of coaching business owners, I can tell you that Tade's story is not unique. And there are 3 reasons why this story actually is not unique. Number 1, when you have a situation where there is uneven workload and equal pay. This is one of the most common problems that I see with partnerships. And Tade unfortunately knew this scenario all too well. So when you start the union, both parties are excited and ready to grow the business. But over time, this enthusiasm starts to wane as the workload and stress level increases. All parties must feel fairly treated, or the partnership will fail. So begin by dividing the contributions that all partners are making to the business and put an equitable value on each of these contributions from the beginning. Look for external measures of value, like what would you pay for this contribution on the open market? Rewards and control should follow contribution and risk. And if things change over time, and trust me, they will, your agreement needs to reflect how this will impact how you're going to split profit and equity ownership in the business. And by clarifying not just who is responsible to do what, but also the relative value of each of these pieces, you create a cleaner trail of the objectives and the standard to help guide these later tougher conversations. Number 2, scaling and future growth. This is another common area of concern that I see far too often in disagreements that have happened in business partnerships. One partner wants to see the business grow and scale, and the other one gets bored and complacent and just moves his energy and attention to other things. Which is why it is important to think about the types of scenarios like this early on when all the partners are brought into the project. This means that having clear buy-sell provisions, disclosures, and representations, and formal expectation of performance clearly documented is very important. Also make sure that you cover the 5 Ds, what I call the 5 Ds, in your partnership agreement. And what are these 5 Ds? Number 1, death. What happens if one of the principals in the partnership dies? Number 2, disagreement. What happens if you or your partner reach an irreconcilable difference on a fundamentally important issue? Number 3, debt. What happens if any of the partners becomes financially insolvent and perhaps maybe even declare bankruptcy? Number 4, divorce. Assuming your partner is your spouse, what will happen in the case of divorce? Number 5, disability. What happens if one of the partners is hurt and is no longer able to contribute time and talent to the partnerships? So you see, it's important that your partnership agreement has very clear guideline on how you're going to handle these possible scenarios. Now, number 3, reasons why partnerships fail. Now, when emotions get in, this is another area you really want to focus on. So let me get back to my story. Although Tade had a clear-cut agreement, in writing about the responsibilities, the profit sharing, and he had even looked at how he would handle the 5 Ds that I already talked about, yet he continued to write paychecks, paying salary to his brother every month. Why? He went into the business with his brother. The sheer thought of standing up to his brother, hiring a lawyer, and fighting for the business really terrified him. He was emotionally invested, and therefore, he chose to just push his resentment deep down and move forward. So my last piece of advice when it comes to creating successful partnership is be extra cautious. Be really extra cautious about going into business with family. Only bring on a formal partner if that is the only way you can gain the talent, the resources, and every other element from your prospective partner. Okay? I believe that this video has been valuable, and I believe that you gain quite a lot from this episode. Remember, this is just not a monologue. Let's make it a dialogue. I would love to read from you. So put your comment down below the video. I would love to read your comment. And if this has been valuable enough, please tag other business owners to also see it. Feel free to like and share it. And until I come your way again another time, it is